think we can start, though there are many have registered, but we think there are a few here, but it's okay. We can start the session now. Very good afternoon, good evening to all of you, wherever you're from. Welcome to this webinar session on harnessing the power of multimedia content in academic work. So in this session, I will be focusing more on the ProQuest resources, such as the ProQuest eBook Central, O'Reilly for Higher Education, and academic video online content. Today, we will also explore how this changing landscape of teaching strategies or teaching approach is embracing collections of multimedia content such as ebooks, video collection, audio collections, the audio collection content in both teaching as well as learning experiences. So before that, let me share with you. Let me introduce a little bit about myself. Some of you might be already familiar with me. There might be some of you new to this session. So my name is Kurinji Malar, and I'm the Customer Success and Training Manager with ProQuest. Now is Clarivate, about 4.5 years. But I've been in this industry for many years, and I have worked very closely with many of the academic sectors across Southeast Asia. So I'm always sharing knowledge with research is something very, very close to my heart. So that's why I always feel that, working hard for something we love is called passion. So this is something I usually share with most of the users because research is very much associated with all of us whenever you are in the academic journey. So research is something very associated with all of us. So therefore, you work hard for something, the topic that you like, the topic that you're passionate about, then it becomes a passion for you. Okay. Now this session, as usual, this is a very short session. This is about 45-minute session, which includes Q&A session as well. And this session is aimed at the librarians, students, and academicians. And also, as usual, if you're familiar with WebEx, the audio is set one way. So if you have any question, you can always post it in the chat box, and I will address your question accordingly. You don't have to wait towards the end of the session. Just feel free to share your question in the chat box. So if those who are new to WebEx, the chat box is on your bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So use your chat box to communicate with me throughout the session. Even if you experience some technical issues, audio issues, please indicate that in the chat box, yeah? And for better experience, we would recommend you to use headphones. In some instances, we will also share some relevant links in the chat box. Always keep a check in the chat box. And as I mentioned earlier, this session is recorded. And for those who are attending the session in full, you will be receiving your certificate of attendance after the session. And there is a survey towards the end of the session as well. Okay, that's a little bit about this session. So again, even though it's a 45-minute session, we have a couple of objectives to achieve. So we have mainly 3 objectives to achieve: to discover the desired titles and content in the different platforms that I've mentioned, from eBook Central, from O'Reilly for Higher Education, as well as the academic. I will also take you through a little bit about the introduction to the multimedia content, digital era, and so on. And secondly, we will also look at how to utilize some of this platform, some of these collections of information. It comes with interactive tools and features that may help you to increase the classroom engagement or assist you in your academic work when it comes to teaching or learning, or even for research purposes. And also look at how you can use this content effectively to integrate these digital resources into your academic work. Okay, so these are our main 3 objectives that we will, you will basically, is your key takeaway towards the end of the session. First is to give you an introduction about multimedia content, which is including the ebook. Why is it important to academic work? Yeah. So some of you might be very familiar with multimedia content. When we say multimedia content, we know how to visualize what is it all about. However, just a quick sharing on what is multimedia content all about. So basically, multimedia content, it refers to any type of content that use a different form of media. So for example, it might use in the form of text, it might be form of text, such as ebooks, audio in the form of audios, images, animations, videos, and other interactive mode. So in academic settings, multimedia content is particularly very valuable because it can accommodate various learning styles and enhance educational experience, especially when it comes to more complex topics or more complex features. More complex content, such as learning physics, science, or engineering related topic. So with the aid of the multimedia content, it will make the subject or the topic can be more accessible and more engaging. Okay, so that's about multimedia content. I'm going to also talk a little bit about the evolving education landscape. So the traditional teaching model has evolved significantly with the technology advancement. So in the past decades, we have seen a shift from the lecture-based teaching to a more dynamic interactive methods. So even during the pandemic, we also it was it was like nudged and pushed to need for the need of the shift of the education landscape to adapting the to adapt to the more interactive methods. So with that, multimedia content has been a pivotal in this transformation because it enables more engaging and more versatile teaching approaches and strategies. So with all this transformation and changes in teaching landscape or learning landscape, the multimedia content has become a significant part of the innovation. So one of the most exciting developments in education is the shift towards the flipped classroom and blended learning approaches. These approaches involve use of multimedia content such as ebooks, videos, podcasts, interactive presentation to deliver the course content whether within in the classroom or even outside the classroom. So if you use this interactive collections of information outside the classroom, so there's more time to spend on interactive sessions in the classroom. So with that, the multimedia content has become really, really important in the academic setting. So in any of these approaches, instructors, students, you need to have access to collections of multimedia to support your innovative methods. So this transformation basically had a significant impact, not only for the teaching resources, but also to the library and librarians. So librarians actually plays a crucial role in determining and acquiring the wide range of ebooks collections or multimedia content that aligns with the curriculum and research needs of the faculty and students. Okay. I'm going to just give me 1 minute. Okay, so in today's session, like I mentioned earlier, we will focus on 3 main products. That's the ProQuest resources, ProQuest eBook Central. This is the big eBook Central. I suppose most of you are familiar with eBook Central, and also O'Reilly for higher education and academic video online. So these are the 3 main content that I will focus to show how the multimedia content can be aligned with your teaching purposes or learning purposes and so on. So first thing, I just want to know how many of you all here familiar with ProQuest eBook Central, or if you're familiar with O'Reilly for higher education, or if you're familiar with academic video online. You just mention the name of the products in the chat box. If you're familiar with eBook Central, you just type in eBook Central. If you're familiar with O'Reilly, you type in O'Reilly. Or if you're familiar with academic video online, you just type in academic video online. So just feel free to do so. But just want to give you, for those who are not familiar, I just want to give a very brief introduction about each of these platform. So ProQuest eBook Central, it's a collections of ebooks. It's a platform which comes with collections of ebooks. Yeah? So the collections can be in the form of subscription, or it can be in the form of individual topics, perpetual access license. That means a selected content, selected books that is needed for specific faculties or courses and so on. On top of the the common subscription, the very basic subscription, or the not basic subscription, the popular subscription that we have is the academic complete. So sometimes you might refer that to academic complete. So it's basically a collections of eBook Central, which is academic complete. More to that, you have other collections. Some collections are based on subject-based collection, such as health and medicine collection, science and technology collection, sustainability collection, just to name a few. So basically, it is collections of ebooks that comes into a platform called ProQuest eBook Central. Okay. Now I will talk more about it as I go further. So what is the advantage of having this collection in this ProQuest eBook Central is you can have access to your multidisciplinary collection with academic complete, or you can select a specific subject based collections or title based collection. Some books comes with unlimited access, some books come with some multi-user access, and there is a powerful research tools, including the online reading tools or downloading tools with the reader, and it comes with chapter download, some digital right management free chapter downloads as well. Okay, so that is a little bit about ProQuest eBook Central. And for O'Reilly for higher education, it connects researchers, students, faculty to essential technology resources, especially computer science related content, engineering related content, business related content in the modern digital learning ecosystem. So where basically with having access to O'Reilly for higher education, basically it supports users at all levels with multiple learning styles to a rich and varied content format types with responsive design, intuitive user experience in the multi-format content. So multi-format in this context, in O'Reilly context, so you have collections of books in this platform, you have collections of audiobooks, you have also videos collection in this O'Reilly for education, but they cater for a specific subjects such as the business and technology resources. So when I say technology resources, it's more towards the computer science and engineering related. And the other one is academic video online. So as the name suggests, video. So these are basically comprehensive collections of videos, video streamings. I think about more than 80,000 collections of video streamings covering subjects such as anthropology, business, counseling, film, health, history, music, and many other titles available in this collection. So later I will go into the live demo, then you can have a quick look on the interface of each individual platform. Now, use of ebooks in ebooks or multimedia content in academic work. So why is it important to have access to this multimedia content? Because the multimedia content, it is kind of a greater, it provides a great equalizer in education setting. So, and this content, they are available as an online resources. So, for example, they can be accessed anytime, anywhere, making it easy for students to learn at their own pace, wherever they are from. It's easy to access to this collection as long as they have access to internet. So this particularly very important when we have the flipped classroom or blended learning concept, where you want students are expected to review the materials before the classroom discussion. So other features such as like the adjustable texts, the text size can be adjusted, then the contrast setting can be done. Then these are some of the invaluable advantages for students with some disabilities, such as visual impairment, dyslexia, and etc. So to talk more, little bit more about that, I want to take you through some of these settings or the layouts. Let me show you how it goes. Okay, first thing we will start with ProQuest eBook Central. Before I go to this live demo, I just wanted to show how that you can access, when we talk about the accessibility, inclusivity, and discoverability. So ebooks, as you know, we can access it, or ebooks or really for higher education or even academic video online. Those are all or multimedia content that can be accessed anytime, anywhere, making it students to learn at their own pace. I think we have spoken about this earlier. So, and inclusivity, why we say this inclusivity is important, also comes with features such as adjustable text size, contrast setting, which are very invaluable advantages for students with disabilities. And for videos, you have transcripts when it comes to language, barriers in language. So there's a transcript to follow what is being translated into from the videos, and videos are accessible from the different devices as well. When we talk about discoverability, we are talking about accessing it from a different databases and from a different form of access, and also the searching and the browsing and discovery elements, how to discover the collections of this information. So in most institutions, most libraries, you can find that content, like I want to find the collections of ebooks. So you can go to the library catalog and say, okay, I have access to ProQuest eBook Central. So you can also look up for specifically for ProQuest eBook Central. If your library has that collection, then you'll be able to access to that. And also academic video online to access it through the library. Otherwise, you can also go into any of the discovery. Some institution you have the discovery services. So from the discovery services, you can also access to the collections of ebooks, or if you have a specific name of that content or the database that you want to access, and other ways to find collections of ebooks, eBook Central or academic video online, or the O'Reilly for higher education, is through the A to Z database. So in A to Z database, you can always search. If you don't find, if you want to check with your librarians, always check with your librarian to see whether you have this collection. So when we talk about accessibility, so there's always a way in these books like ProQuest eBook Central or ProQuest or the academic video online or O'Reilly for higher education, there's always an option for the settings. Like in eBook Central, you have an option to set it to say, I want to access it in the text mode only. So I want to enable the open dyslexic typing. Now I'm going to go into this is ProQuest eBook Center. I'm sure many of you are very familiar with this interface. Second. Sign in. So like I said, this can be accessed from your library portal to go through your library catalog or discovery layers, or directly to the link to this platform. With that authentication, you are at this page. So this is considered like, everyone can access it anywhere they are from, they can access it. And the settings can be done at the profile level. If you want to change the settings to only text mode, or if you want to enable the dyslexic interface. And the discoverability of this content is easy because you have access to the basic searches, advanced searches. You can even browse the content to find specific content. So if you have access to the content in the past, you will also see the recently viewed content. So these are all part of the accessibility, discoverability of the collection. The same goes for collections such as the O'Reilly. So this is the O'Reilly interface. How many of you all here are familiar with O'Reilly interface? O'Reilly interface is O'Reilly is a product that caters for more to the technology or business related content. So if you have access to your O'Reilly, so this will be your interface, easy to access, and discoverability of the content through the searches. Or if you say, no, I want to know what content type do I have in this collection, this is where you go. You go in and say, okay, these are the topics available to support cloud computing, data engineering, to security, to business. Or if you want to view all of that, it's very easy. It takes you back to the entire collections that covers content such as books, courses, videos, audio books, playlists, and etc. So playlists are basically playlists that has been curated by the industry expert. So for example, if someone wants to learn about generative AI, so there is the playlist that has been curated by the experts in the industry to say, okay, if you want to become an expert in this subject or this skills that you want to learn, here is the list of content that you probably want to go through. So that can be a self-paced learning, that can be part of your teaching guidelines as well. Okay, so this will be something very interesting. So here are all topics that you can access. So we are talking about accessibility, how easily can access this content. On top of that, in O'Reilly, it is also surfaced to you whatever content is needed at a certain point of time. So for example, usually every week there will be this page will be refreshed to say, okay, this week what is the discussion about what is happening in the industry. So you have the content that is related to what is the highly discussed content in the industry. So you will have that surface to you, and also highlight to the users there are some recently added content, recommended content, as well as popular content. So this in O'Reilly, the accessibility is very easy. So when it comes to the setting of those text, or setting of the lights in the contrast lights and so on, if you are reading a book, so for example, if you're reading this book, okay, so if you're reading this book, there's always a setting beside each of every of these books, and say if you are looking at changing the font size, you can change the font size. If you like looking at changing the color modes accordingly, that can be done. Reader's width and etc. Everything is here. Okay. Same goes for this video content. Hold on, this video content here. So you have all the setting that is needed to be set to according to your need, or the student's need, and also the transcript. It comes with the transcript. Okay. So far what we have seen is we have seen this collection of information from the accessibility, discoverability point of view. Okay. Now we're going to take you to the next part. How use of multimedia content can enhances the learning retention and engagement, classroom engagement, and explains complex topics visually and engagingly. Okay, so we're going to look. So let me see how each of these platform you can do so with each of these platforms. So we see from Progress eBook Central. So I'm sure most of you familiar searching, finding for a specific book that is related to your subject, to your research, for your learning purposes, and so on. So in this case, let's say if we are looking at this particular book, for instance. So if you want to have it more interactive, if you want to zoom in, some of the students, they may not want to read the entire book. So, or even for lecturers, if you are looking for a specific points that you want to share with your students, use the Read Online tools. The Read Online tools will take you to the Read Online page where you can do a quick search within the page. So for instance, if you have a specific uh, key terms, right? If you want to look at a specific key term. So let me just use this. Okay. Okay. Look up for differential equation, for instance. So you can put a quotation mark if you want, and it will zoom into the page. So how you do a quick search, just enter it, and it will take you to chapters that has the highly discussion on differential equation here. And also if you collapse it, if you break down, you will see that in the page of 189, there's a lot of discussion about differential equation. In some other pages, there are also more discussion. So you can zoom into those pages, those part of that book, and say, okay, this is where you want to have a discussion, or there's some exercise to it that you want to share it to your students and so on. So you students or lecturers, you can always bookmark this. Yeah, just bookmark. So when you bookmark, this will turn into blue. And you can also, let's say if it is a paragraph, and if you want to highlight, or if you want to even add some notes, that can be done. The notes can be a short notes, or it can be a notes related to the subject. It can be the notes that you want to share it to your student to say, to be prepared for, discussion, or for the research papers, or some kind of instructional notes that you can add this. Once you have added those notes, always can go back to the tracking icon here, star icon. You can see which page that you have highlighted, you have added some notes, and so on. So this is how you will keep track of it. And I will share with you when the next one, how do you collaborate further with this? Now, how do you collaborate with your students, sharing this information with linking or sharing the link, the URL in your learning management system, and etc. In the next part, I will share with you. Okay. I'm going to. So if you were to do in the O'Reilly for higher education, there's the same concept, right? You have multiple ways to use this O'Reilly content. So you have ways like, for example, if you say, I want to look at this book, this page that I want to explore, and look at the table of content, right? This is the table of content of this book. Let me take you to the very main page of the, that you can see the entire book. Okay. Let's look at this book, Introduction to Python. Okay, so each and every book you will have the introduction. Let me skip that introduction. I will take you to the introduction page here. Okay, so it will also give like kind of a timeline to complete, estimated time to read and complete this book. It's about 12 hours 20 minutes. So there is some ideas on, how much information can be shared, which information to zoom in and so on. At the same time, you can look at the table of content and say maybe you just want to focus on certain parts, certain chapters of this page, okay? Certain chapters within this book, and you zoom into that chapter. Okay, in this chapter, you can always add them into place, whether you're a student or your lecturers. If you want to use this content and say, yes, this chapter is something I want to read more later when I come back. So basically, you can add them into a playlist. There is a playlist, playlist like a favorite folder where you can curate all the content that you want to read later, access later. So this would be very helpful for students or even lecturers. If you want to curate the content related to your teaching, you just have to curate, add to a playlist. So I may not go into every details of it because we have only 45-minute session today, but basically just add into your playlist. Okay, and this collection also can be searchable. There's a table of content here. Now, another way that you want to make this collection information more engaging for students is also through the learning through the courses. There are a lot of courses that you want to explore, right? Based on the roles, also skills. So in these roles, so let's say if the students or if the lecturers want to mold the students into becoming for example, a project manager or Python developer or data scientist. So just pick the role that you wanted, just select the role and say, yes, you want to choose this role. And with this role, what are the skills that need to be learned? So just add on the skills that it is interesting to the skills that has been suggested here. It can be everything or it can be selected roles. So once you have selected the roles, the popular courses will be populated here. And as a student, you can set it, okay, for a beginner, I'm a beginner, I want to learn A to Z about this topic. Or if you're an intermediate students who already have some basics, you can do the intermediate level and so on. So this is by role. You can also learn these courses by skills. So if you pick a specific skills, then you can learn the courses by specific skills as well. Now, apart from this interactive O'Reilly platform also allows options such as answers to the questions that you may have. So why is this important? Because you have two types of learners, the linear learners and non-linear learners. So the non-linear learners, you just want to find some solution to what they want to apply in their research or for their assignments. So you have quick question. Some of the questions are preset here. But if you have any question, like for example, if you want to learn more about business intelligence, or if you want to learn about any other topic that is related to technology, business related, then you can just enter here and the system scans and give you the answers, which documents to read, which chapter to zoom in, which video to watch, which course to work on, right? This is very easy. So just to give you an idea how it looks like. Okay, here. Okay, so this is the question, and then for that question, it zooms in and said, okay, for this answer, if you want to answer for this, explore this book at this page. It's already highlighted. Then explore this book. This is a book, okay, at this page. And you just go on. Could be books, could be videos. In some instances, watch these videos. Audio books also can be included. Okay, so this is a quick way of learning this subject for more engaging purposes. Whereas if you go into the academic video online, let me take you back to the main page. Okay. So this can be discoverable again from the searches, or if you want to do a filtration and say, I want to look up for some videos that is related to social sciences, or if you're looking at it from history perspective, or if you're going to look at it from the economics or any other subjects, if you to look up for. So once you have identified, then if you, for example, if you just have to explore it, this one, let me just click on this just to show you. So you will see that how long is this video and what more to explore here. So let's say play this video. Okay. So how this is interactive is you can also create a clips. If you don't want to provide the entire video, you can create a clips. You can also create an interactions. So if you play this video and in between you can have your questions, and if you have like if you want to collect the view, more of an interactive session, so there's an interaction option here. So there is no, for this video there's no interaction created, but if you want to know more about the interaction, so there is actually in the home page of it here how the interaction works. Okay, static load. In some instances, if you want to share this video in your classroom, or if you want to use it for your presentation purposes, it all can be done easily. You don't have to download the entire video. It may take a lot of your space, and most likely there is no option to download also. So you can use some embedded link to share this content to your students or to your team members, or for your presentation purposes. There is actually an option to share here. Sorry, this is for citing. Here. Transcript. Here's a transcript, and to embed it, here, to share it. Here, this is the embed code. There's a permalink, just share the link. There's an embed code. And if you want to integrate into your learning management system, there is also the tools, interoperability tools, LTI tools, yeah, is available. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the slides. So how basically it encourages collaboration and interaction. So I think I have shared on the interactions from the video perspective. If you want to see from the O'Reilly interaction, so here you go. You may have collated all the content, all the curated content, and it is all saved into your playlist. So at the playlist level, at this playlist level, there are two types of playlists. Like you can look at the industry experts curated playlist, or is your very own playlist. So you can always look at the playlist that you have created and say, okay, this is my playlist. I have added some books here. I may want to curate more books from what I have been exploring from this, and you can basically share it to your students or your team members. So one is to, if you do not want to share, you can leave it as private. But if you want to share within your institution, then you can change this to the button to the open to your institution and share it via email or copy the link. So whenever you share the link, the students or the users who click on the link will be able to see the list of curated content and access this content as long as they have been authenticated. Okay, and what I wanted to show, one more thing that I want to show you is this. Hold on, let me show you the curated content by the experts. Okay, so these experts playlist, yeah, the expert playlist, if they want to learn on certain subjects such as the microservices, this very technology related, some business related as well. So even like generative AI for all, this is our expert playlist. So if you can also take the expert playlist and you can duplicate it and curate, add on more, remove some subject, add on more to that. That can be also done with the duplication. So this is also help you to to share this information to your students for the engaging outside classroom activities and so on. Okay, so this is playlist. And for ebooks, there are a couple of ways that you want to share this collection. One is through the very main page. If you're accessing this book, you found this book is related to your research topic or your teaching topic, so you can always share this book. Just click on it, share it in your learning management system directly. Or if you were to go into a specific books that or specific chapter that you want to share, just go to the read online, add some notes to it, and you can just share that particular chapter directly. Okay, this is the page that I bookmarked, and I want to share this chapter. Just click here and it will share to the specific page that you want to have a discussion. Okay. And lastly, you may not only want to share individual books, but probably you want to do a collections of books, collections of titles for recommended reading or recommended for the discussion and so on. So all that you need to do is, if you search for the books that is available or related to your research or your teaching purposes, then all you do is you add it to your bookshelf. So adding to a bookshelf it comes in every of these books. Add to your bookshelf. Just whenever you see add to bookshelf, you add it, and the collections will be curated in your bookshelf page. Okay, and you can have many different labels, subjects, and say, okay, I want to share this curated collection of digital marketing to your students. Just click on click on the folder, then click on this link. Wherever you see this link, they basically create a URL and you share it in your learning management system or any communication tools. So whenever the user clicks on it, they'll be able to see the list of the books that has been recommended to them. So that is how it works. Okay. All right. So now, okay, there's a question. Please share the links here. Okay, I will share the link here, but this is through my demo account. So you may not be able to access. You will not be authenticated. So the links that you have, it has to be your institution's link. That if your institution have access to ProQuest eBook Central, then you access to the ProQuest platform, and it will then take you back to your institution's account. Okay, so as long as your institution have access to this platform, then you are able to access to this collection. Okay. Now, lastly, we talked about how this multimedia content, when it comes to maintaining environmental sustainability, as well as the integration to learning management system. I think integration to the learning management system. Yeah, you always have your URL to share it to your learning management system. When we talk about environmental sustainability, of course, the books, you don't have to print those books. You can always use some of the apps. So for instance, for this book, you use the Adobe Digital Edition to download the book. Yeah. So if you have to, hold on, you will see better if I go from this page, from the book. So if you need to download the book, click on it. You will read a reader to download. Yeah, continue. So Adobe Digital Reader to download. So the printing element is lesser. So you can read it online, download it to a reader. Same goes for Adobe Digital Edition. Adobe Digital Edit. Sorry for the thing. It's actually O'Reilly for higher education. So if you are using O'Reilly for higher education, then you will need an app. You can't download the content as you want. So you need an app to download the content and read the content and so on. As for the academic video online, you basically share it through the permalink. So I think I have come to the last part of the session. This is O'Reilly here. So I just wait to see if you have any questions. Okay. So no question. I'm going to recap, right, what we are supposed to achieve towards the end of the session. So hold on. First is you know how to discover, you understand what is multimedia content, how is that is important for your teaching and learning purposes. Then you know the different type of multimedia content from the ProQuest resources such as ProQuest eBook Central, ProQuest O'Reilly Higher Education, O'Reilly for Higher Education. Sometimes we call that as OHE, and also the academic video online collections of videos. So this from this main three products, you know how to discover, you know the accessibility to the content is easier, discoverability is easier through some a few ways of discovering, that is through the searches, browsers, and also other means of discoverable techniques. And the next thing is each of these content have their own interactive tools that helps in every part of the learning or teaching or even for the research purposes. So that basically will increase the classroom engagement. And also this content, it comes with features that can be effectively integrated the digital resources in your learning management system or in some other communication tools. Okay, so these are the three main objectives that we have discussed. Hopefully you have some ideas about this product. But for those who have not used this product, maybe you are not able to visualize it. But for those who have used, for example, if you have used eBook Central from the ProQuest eBook Central platform, you can relate to that. Okay. Okay, is there any charges? Okay, so each of these access, if you want, number one, you check with the library, your library has access to this collection or not, ProQuest eBook Central, O'Reilly for Higher Education, and Academic Video Online. So these are all, it comes in a subscription basis. So if you check with the institution, if they have, you can access it through your institution. Otherwise, you can make a recommendation to your library to have access to this collection. Okay, any other question? Okay, so if you don't have any question, I will end our session now. If you have any question in future, just feel free to send to me. Here's my otherwise. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for for your interest in this session. If you have any other, if you want me to do some other sessions in a different topics, I usually do it on a monthly basis. So if you have any topics, just feel free to me if you are interested in. Can do it as a collaboration as well. So if you have some other program and you just want to have a collaborative effort with me, so we can do that as well. So otherwise, thank you so much and have a great day ahead. Thank you.